Hello and welcome back to this little mini-series here, the making of the first Gold Rush song, Good News. And this time we're going to look at the guitars as promised in the last episode. So I've opened up the session, and as you can see there's a lot of guitar tracks, as I like to record every guitar part for the different parts of the song on separate tracks, so that they mend better when they're flowing into each other in the progression of the song. So, from the names of the tracks you might recognize I'm using two microphones on my guitar cabinet, a Shure SM57 and a Shure SM7B, as that's what I have. Those are the two microphones I'm using. The cabinet I'm using, cabinet is the most important thing when recording guitars. In my opinion, at least, it makes at least 60% of the guitar sound. Not the amplifier, not the guitar, it's the speaker. It's like a general EQ curve that you lay over your recording when choosing a certain speaker. It's so important. You are going to see that in a few seconds. In my 2x12 guitar cabinet, I'm using a Bluguitar speaker from a Nanocab and a Celestion G1265 from 1981. I am using the SM57 on the Bluguitar speaker, pointed directly at the cone, almost in the middle, to get the most amount of treble out of that speaker. The Nanocab speaker is a bit dull sounding compared to the Fat Cap speaker, to which I have upgraded in the recent time, but the recording happened before that. So I pointed the SM57 almost directly at the cone, and the SM7B is pointed at a bit more far out on the membrane of the G1265 to give it more bottom end. I can demonstrate that in that part I will play you. As you've seen, I've soloed the SM57 off the left and off the right track, and I'm going to play you that little part that leads into the chorus, where you can hear the effect best. Again. So that's the SM57 and the Bluguitar speaker, and now you can listen to the SM7B and the G1265 for the body of the sound, which are pointed a bit more outward of the membrane. And if you put them together, you get a quite decent guitar sound. Is it the best guitar sound ever? I don't think so, but it suits the song perfectly. I record my guitars at the very last of the production process, after I have programmed the bass, the keyboards, the drums, chosen the sounds. And in my philosophy, it's always best if you choose your guitar sound last, so you don't have to do a lot of EQ in post-processing. Everything, the only effects on those guitar tracks is a little echo, no EQ, no compression whatsoever. So I experimented with the position of the microphones so that the sound makes sense in the context of the song. That's my philosophy. If you hear the guitar sound by itself, it might be a bit harsh and with a little bass and a little trebly, but in the context of the song it makes absolute sense. So I'm going to solo the part of the chorus as well, and we can listen a little bit this part and the following chorus, so that you get an impression of the whole guitar sound. But there's another important aspect of the guitar sound, and that's the bass sound. That's what makes the guitar sound. There's never just a guitar sound by itself. When I switch on the bass and play it together, it makes total sense. But together with the bass, that's the actual guitar sound you are perceiving on the recording. It has a lot to do with psychoacoustics. The bass brings the low-end growl, and on a good recording you can clearly hear what the bass is playing, but together with the guitars they are melting into each other, those two sounds, and during the rhythms which are really pounding, they become indistinguishable, and that's, in my opinion, what makes a good guitar sound. Let me show you. So you can hear that it makes total sense to add the bass sound and the guitar sound together when making mixing decisions in the context of the song. As I said before, I used the Bluguitar Nanocab speaker, and as an amp I actually used the Amp1, also from Bluguitar, the Mercury edition. When I can remember correctly, it's a year since I recorded this. It's the classic channel with the boost on, and funnily enough, I also have a pedal board. The amp is set fairly clean, just at the edge of breakup, and for my drive sounds I add a little boost on my pedal board. It's a King of Tone type pedal. And funnily enough, when I play by myself, this pedal is always on. But when I'm recording, I always come to the conclusion that less distortion is more suitable for the groove and for the actual perception of the guitar tone. And I switch that pedal off, and it's the Amp1 by itself. The guitar must have been a humbucker guitar. If I remember correctly, it's an Orville Les Paul from Japan from the early 90s. Yes, a gold top, beautiful guitar and beautiful sounding, but which gives the right amount of crunch for those rhythm guitars. So I can recommend the Bluguitar products not enough. They are so easy to use, they are consistent and easy to record. Those sound sits perfectly in the mix. You always have you almost have to do nothing to that sound to make it work in the context of the song. So kudos to Thomas Blug and his team. Great company, great customer service. I can't say enough positive words about those guys. Thank you so much for making recording easy and fun. So I hope you had a little insight in this making of process and how I create my guitar sound, which may be different from song to song. As I mentioned before, I create the guitar sound last, according to the song and fine-tailored to the needs of the arrangement. And I think this makes the most sense. So I hope you had a little fun watching this, and I'll catch you on the next time. Bye.